Patreon, going strong. If you want to go over there and join in on the fun, we got 3 tiers on Canadian dollars. First tier is $3 a month, where you get these episodes ad free. You also get AMAs once a month, or learn about me episodes once a month. And then on the second tier, which is $5 a month, you get everything from the first tier, as well as coverage of a reality show of yesteryear. That's right now Jersey Shore, currently in season 3. You can also go to the main feed, where there will be the first episode of every season released there. So you can try that before you head over to the Patreon. And then on the third tier, you get everything from the first 2 tiers, as well as coverage from a true crime documentary. We got the backlog of Ashley Madison documentary, Man with 1,000 Kids, Into the Fire, Lacey Peterson, and again, all those episodes for the first episode of each is in the main feed, so you can try that before you head over. So if you are interested, you can head over to patreon.com/realityt times 2, and you can sign up for whichever tier you feel for. Again, you can try before you buy, which basically means you can try any tier for a week before committing to it. Even if you are on other tier, if you are on tier 1 or the first tier and you want to go over to the second tier, you could still try that second tier for a week before committing to the upgrade. So again, that is at patreon.com/realityt times 2. And of course, the link is in the show notes, website, social media accounts. It's all available there. This episode is ad-free on the Patreon. So if you want to partake in that, you can head on over to patreon.com/realityt times 2. Welcome to Reality Tea Times 2, the podcast where we discuss all the trash reality TV we love to hate. I'm Tanika, and today we are going to be going back into doing some more B90. And this is going to be episode 4. I'm catching up, because it's a good thing that there's no B90 this week, because Super Bowl. But anyways, that's what we're doing. So, let's just jump in to the reason that we are here, and that is episode 4. So I start with Lisa. I'm nervous. I'm gonna pee. I'm nervous to pee. So she's heading to Nigeria. She has 3 wigs. She's not going to wear it on the plane, but her Darcy process will include putting the wig on at the airport. I mean, she's planning to wear the wig while she sleeps. That is going to come back later. So she says to Faith, the certified letter for her divorce is coming. That needs to be mailed so that the divorce goes through on the 29th. Don't miss it. I love how she's making this her daughter's responsibility. How about you delay your trip and make sure you're here to make sure your divorce is finalized. Anyways, so she is still legally married. And Dan doesn't know that. So, not only is she still legally married, but she's legally married to a woman, which he clearly doesn't know. He asked if she was free to marry, and she said yes, because I have been separated for 9 years. We just never did the divorce. But here's the thing. She technically is free to marry in Nigeria. She could do whatever the fuck she wants in Nigeria. Hell, I don't know how things work in the States, but here in Canada, your marriage is only a marriage technically in the province of which you get married in. You can go to a different province and get married. It doesn't matter. Still bigamy, but it doesn't matter. But, yeah, technically she could get married in Nigeria, it's no problem. But just because you've been separated for 9 years, that's still legally married. The fuck? But anyways, She thought she was free to marry because she's been divorced or separated for 9 years. But I'm gonna come clean to Daniel, don't you worry. The producer asks, if he wants to get married while you're there, will you go against Faith's wishes? She hesitates, y'all. She fucking hesitates. Well, I mean, I want to say no, but I'm also saying I don't want to lose him. You were like a horrible mother. She's heading to the airport with Faith. Um, so you're gonna see how happy I am, and you're gonna be happy for me. I'm gonna pee my pants because I'm nervous. I got a nervous pee. And Faith is like, oh God, please don't. They get there, and Faith says, remember the rules. No getting married, even if the divorce comes through. I love how she's like the parent in this situation. Like, I hate this woman. She's fun to watch, y'all, but I hate this woman. 24 hours earlier, we are in Lagos with Daniel. He's 39 years old. Why is he single? I don't know. And he is Christian from Igbo. Oh, I said that right. He grew up very poor. Sometimes he only ate once a day. His mom passed away, and his mom in the war nearly died. But she was protected by a white woman. So his mom told him, marry a white woman. So I am gonna marry a white woman. What the fuck? Do I believe him? Maybe. Do I think his mom really said that? Maybe. But I don't know if I believe this. I really don't think I believe any of this. I wouldn't tell you that straight up. I don't believe any of this. But anyways, so I met Lisa. She's thick. She's got boobs. Or as I think he said bubs. She's got boobs. Women have boobs, sir. Well, most of us have boobs. Some of us have no choice but to have no boobs. Because, cancer. I shut down. But yeah, most women have boobs. So it's what I want. He wants boobs. So he's seeing a religious person who is speaking with the ancestors. Continue talking. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. He says, there are 3 things I worry about. Number 1, she vapes. She vapes. Number 2, she was married twice. Little does he know. She's been married 5 fucking times, but that's okay. She was physical with a woman. He doesn't even know. She's been physical for the past 20 years with women. And he says, this is the worst. And meanwhile, the religious person here is like, I'll kill a ram for you guys. They say I should tell you to go ahead with your journey. You will be successful. He really wants to go to the States, y'all. He's been praying to the God Almighty to get him out of Nigeria. So no matter what happens, he's going to make sure he marries Lisa. Yeah. But that's it for Lisa and Daniel. Let's move on to Jovon. I hate this guy. Let me just tell you that from the jump. I hate this man. But let's continue, y'all. We are in a home, an old age home. We get a when Harry met Sally moment here. And these women talk about meeting their husbands. It is so freaking sweet. I love these people. But enough of the sweet. Let's meet Jovon. He's 38 from Jacksonville, Alabama. He works in a nursing home. He likes his job. It's pure comedy, he says. But it's low paying. That's where I come short. American women want 6 figures. 6-pack and 6 inches. The 3 6s, apparently. Sir, first of all, I don't think the majority of women actually want men with 6-packs. We actually don't want that. It's fun to look at, but we really, a lot of any woman I hear talking about it really doesn't want a man with a 6-pack. 6 figures? I don't need you to have 6 figures. I just need you to be able to support your damn self. That's all I expect. To help the household. If that means regular old 5 digits, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? And as for 6 inches, sir, no. We want more than that. We really do. We want at least 7. At least. Minimum. And if any of you out here are saying, no, I don't want that, you're lying to your fucking self. Or you have no clue what 7 inches actually, or 6 inches actually looks like. That's all I'm saying. 6 inches? No, thank you. 7. Anyway, at least. Minimum. Anything above that is goddamn prize. You know what I mean? 6? I mean, I'll be fine with it, but no one wants 6 inches. Anyways, moving on. That is not him. I don't know what he definitely doesn't have a six pack. I'm assuming he doesn't have six figures. And what is he, tiny? I don't know. But you know God would be mean and give this man 8 inches. You know this man would be mean. Or God would be mean and give this man 8 inches. I'm serious. Anyway, so um we we hear you're going to the Philippines. Yeah, I'm gonna go see my wife. We've actually never met in person. This is our first time. Oh, okay. Because how? I think anyone would ask in the situation, how? So her name is Annalyn. Gonna call her Anna moving forward. I fucking love her. They have been married for 2 years. Oh, he said that. Because she says, what? No, 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 no. Together for 6 years and married for almost 3 years. I'm gonna believe her. Mm. After a year of talking, he wanted to go see her, but COVID hit. That pesky old COVID. And she was scrolling social media, and apparently people were getting married online. So she thought if we did that, he could enter the country because he'd be considered a family. But then he never got over there because, well, money. And he says Anna has changed. She used to be sweet, but not now. She doesn't keep sweet anymore. And Anna says, what I have always, or says what? Like, I've always been feisty. I'm not a typical Filipina, but they have been having lots of issues. So we're shopping with his sister. Her name's Ashley. She says, Anna is funny, but she's a lot. Anna called me. She called me at work and she was complaining about you. She was talking about that woman. Who is this woman she's talking about? Well, she is a friend I've known for a long time. We could talk for hours, I think, because we're both struggling in our relationships. It's just easy. But I don't understand, like, why is Anna so threatened by this person? Well, there were feelings. Okay, so yeah, that's no good. That's why she's upset. Listen, feelings or no feelings. If my boyfriend is on the phone with another woman for fucking hours, the fuck? Who are you talking to? Why are you talking to them? What are you talking about? What? No, I'd be pissed. But at the fact that there's feelings involved, what the fuck is going on? I'd be so mad. I would be so mad. But this woman, they lost touch, but he ended up reaching out to her. It's just strictly platonic. And he's like, have you, or she says to him, like, have you tried talking to Anna? Well, yeah, but she blocked me. She's so aggressive. That's why I went outside the marriage to talk to somebody else. Fuck this guy. From that moment, I said, fuck this guy. Are you serious? She's aggressive. She blocked you. How is that her being aggressive? She's actually being the opposite of aggressive. She's being passive aggressive, which is the opposite of aggressive. Um, she's not being aggressive. And you say because she's aggressive, that is justification in your words to step out of the marriage and talk to somebody else after you just said this person, this friendship you have is platonic. So how is that stepping out of the marriage? Unless it's not platonic. So you're stepping outside of the marriage because your wife is progressive. Fuck this guy. I want so much more for her. Like I want her to have the best. Um, so we see him calling Anna and she's like, hello, Jovon. What do you want now? Apparently he hasn't spoken to her in a week. Hey, boo, what's going on? Who's boo? who's boo? I'm sorry, it hasn't been a week. You're talking to another woman. You said she's aggressive. Listen, me and my boyfriend had a bad fight, and after, like, a day, it was only a day, we didn't talk for the rest of that night or whatever. The next day, he's like I didn't talk to him at all, like, that day, and he texts me at, like, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and he's like, "Hey, babe." "Who's babe? Who's babe? I don't know who she is. Who's she?" Mind you, my boyfriend's not it's not red pills, but at the same time, it's like, "Who are you talking to? It's been a week. Boo? Who's boo?" But anyways, um, what's going on? Ask yourself what's going on. Don't be so aggressive. She's not being aggressive. She's not being aggressive. She's just being a woman who's mad at her significant other. Like, tell me you haven't been in a relationship without telling me you haven't been in a relationship. Like, what? She's like, I'm not. You're talking to someone from your past. I'm not saying you're cheating, but it's a step away. It's been so much. I got a lot going on, and I feel like I can't talk to you. Boo-hoo. She says, if you feel like you can't talk to me, you have people you can talk to. If not, you're American. Go to therapy. It's so true. It's so true. She is not taking accountability for her part in me talking to someone else. Like, I mean, I am there for you emotionally, even when I am not at work. When are you there for me? She says, I have been waiting for you for 6 years. If that's not enough, then I don't know what is. But he agrees that he will stop talking to this woman. Does she believe him? Not really, but that's Jovon. Then we have Emma and Ziad. So he went out to clear his mind. Last night was horrible. I pictured my first morning here would be different. Cuddling, coffee in the morning. We have been separated the whole time. So they get breakfast. The lady comes in and she's adorable. I don't like eggs, but I will eat it because she cooked it. Who doesn't like eggs? Anyways, can you pour me more tea, please? I love the tea here. She won't stop literally saying that, like, I've been here before. Like, you know what I mean? But I'm sorry for yesterday, running away from your kiss. I was just overwhelmed from traveling for 20 hours. But I wanted to tell you something I haven't told you yet. And you're thinking, oh, so she's going to tell him that I was engaged to a Moroccan before. No, I got fired from my job. I'm going to cry. And she does. And he comes to comfort her and he says, it's just a job. Don't cry. She says, I don't know what I'm going to do. And he says, you will find an even better job than that one, but enjoy Morocco. So they're going to go shopping at Old Medina. Those bags are so cute. Those bags. I love these clothes. Those rugs are nice. He buys her wallets and he says it's his gift to her. He takes her to eat snails, which she's like, I'm not eating that. That is a slimy snail. And you just sucked it down. He thinks sushi is weird. She's like, I love sushi. Listen, I would not eat snails. No, I don't like snails. I'm not going to eat them. You can't make me. But I don't find them weird. It's a delicacy. A lot of cultures eat snails. Escargot, have you never heard of it? But I also think sushi is weird. I would not eat sushi. It's raw fucking fish. I mean, I know California rolls are not raw fish, but no, no, thank you. That's weird. No, thanks. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So, anyways, then they are taking a carriage ride. She says yesterday when you lied, it was a trigger because I have been lied to before. He says, well, we don't need to talk about your past. It's in the past. I know everything about you, but you don't, though. You don't know everything about me. But she's like, could he be acting like this because he doesn't want to tell me about his past? Maybe. Or maybe there's nothing to say. I don't know. But anyways, very quick. That was Emma and Ziad. We're going to take a quick break here. And when we come back, we will jump in with the rest of the episode. Hi, everyone. So I have a new product for you to take part in. This is for J Armor wallets. Now, you can get these wallets for a pretty good price. Partially, it seems at this point, partially American made, but they're going to be planning to be completely American made by the year 2027. The fun part is that you can actually see what new wallet styles are going to be coming in 2026. So a little bit about the company. The company was founded by Jake Hernandez, who is also a part of the U.S. Air Force veteran, or he is a U.S. Air Force veteran. So with his business, he is also supporting charities like anti-child labor organizations, veteran support programs, and efforts to rebuild American manufacturing. So this is clearly something that is very important to him, and honestly, really important to me as well. And for going to the link in the show notes, which I will say what that link is in a minute, but going to the link in the show notes not only helps support this podcast, but is also helping to support J Armor as well as helping support the charities that he finds near and dear to him. So if you go to the show notes and you find that link, the link is jarmorwallets.com/reality times 2. So that is j-armorwallets.com/REALITEATIMESTWO. So I hope you go on and support not only me, but as well as this company. Now, that's enough of me. Let's go back to the episode. And I'm back. So let's start off with Forest and Sheena. The trees are so beautiful. It's also so damn hot. But the traffic is insane. So her parents own her apartment. This is where we found out that her parents own her apartment. And they were going to stay at her apartment, but they told them, you need to give us money. And he said no to that. He wasn't going to give them any more money. Y'all, I need you to hold on to this, because when I did the notes for this was after we had found out that Sheena was lying. So I'm like, what is going on? Because first you say that, there's this, and then we'll get to it, but I need everyone to remember this for when we get closer to when all of that comes out. The apartment is small, the apartment that she rented. The rooms are literally right beside each other, so there's not a lot of privacy. He gives her a gift, which was the lingerie he bought. He's like, I would like for you to put it on if you want to. Again, y'all, we know they've met each other before. This has come out. So it's like, really? You know what I mean? I'm sure they've already gone and done that already. Oh, there's another lingerie too. I'm gonna go brush my teeth. So it's the next morning, but they did not have sex the night before. I maybe they didn't because they were tired, but I don't believe that they won't at some point. No. We are all going out to Chinatown. It's one of the oldest Chinatowns in the world. So on the way to Chinatown, Molly thinks it's a great idea to be like, so I heard some interesting things coming from your room last night. So, did you guys do the old nookie nookie? Don't ever say that again. That's disgusting. Nookie nookie. No. But they say no. And she's like, oh, why? It wasn't the right time because our rooms are right beside each other. Well, You can always come to us to talk. And Dev says it takes practice. It's the only thing he says the entire time. There are other things you can do, like oral, fondling. Like, what is going on right now? And Forrest is like, listen, now you've pushed it too far. If we want to talk about sex, we will come to you. Setting a boundary, I think it's fine, it's healthy. But Molly does not think it's healthy because she's like, I'm surprised by his reaction. He always talks like this with me. She already has a hold on him. No, it's called a boundary. It's one thing to talk about this when she's not around or you're talking generally. That's one thing. You're literally saying in front of Sheena, you could do oral and there's fondling. You could also do anal play. Like she's just like going into all of this in front of Sheena. It's embarrassing. It's weird. It's absolutely inappropriate. And it's not about having a hold on him. It's just having a little bit of respect. That's it. So they're exploring Chinatown. We find out that she's actually mixed with Chinese. She's a Chinese mix. Her mom is Chinese. And I'm like, tell me more. Because listen, I want you all to hold on to this for later, okay? Then we go eat. And the food looks so freaking good. I want to see eat all of it. I need to know where they went so that when I decide to go to Manila, that's where I'm eating. Oh, looks so good. Molly then says, I want to thank you for your apology, but I did want to ask a few more things if you don't mind, and I need you to be truthful with me. You lied to us about giving your parents the money. This was supposed to be savings to come to America, to be a family with us, and then find out it's not happening? Why? First of all, I need to make some points here. Number one, it's her fucking money to do with what she wishes to do with it. Number two, be a family with us. It feels gross. But this is obviously after we know what we know. And I'm just like, this is also weird. But anyways, Sheena says, in this country, it is expected to help with your bread when you're the breadwinner. And Molly says, I don't have issue with that. I have issue with lying. Then she says, her mom guilt trips her. Everyone, please remember this. Her mother, she says, guilt trips her. She doesn't say her dad. She doesn't say her sister. She says her mother guilt trips her. Molly says, I get that, but I'm asking, why not tell us the truth? And Forrest says, I want to step in to help her because my mom's worth is tough, but I also want to know. So you're just throwing her swiftly under the bus? Cool. Then cue the tears, and she is unable to speak, and Molly is over it. She calms down and starts crying some more, saying, I cannot handle them anymore. Forrest, does this story make sense to you? Molly asks. And he says, kind of. It's hard to say no to your parents. I mean, it's hard for me to say no to you sometimes. Obviously, she knows she did wrong. So what's her goal? To beat her down? That's your goal to do that? We just have to get her away from her parents. And Sheena, are you willing to confront your parents? And she says, yeah. Great. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You're being hostile. This is what he says to Molly. And you're stressing her and me out. And you ruined dinner. So thanks for that. And he blows her nose like she's a child. It's the weirdest thing. It's the weirdest dynamic that they have. And that everyone has the weirdest dynamic in the storyline. But anyways, that's Forrest and Sheena. All right, next we have Laura and Birkan. So she is about to land and he's getting ready. The Airbnb she rented is huge, y'all, and it's beautiful. And she tells him that she landed early. He's like, okay, you can meet me at the train station. Help me. And she's like having to figure this out by herself, but whatever, she figures it out. Their first meeting is sweet. It's fine. But then they're on the train and it's awkward as hell, y'all. He's not saying anything to her. He's not even trying to engage with her in any way. It's weird. But they get to the Airbnb and she loves it. They go for a walk and he talks some nonsense to her about the sunset and the people are zombies, not you. They go back to the Airbnb and again, just more awkwardness. She says, I am exhausted and I have to get to bed. You want to go to bed with me? This is her literally saying, you want to come fuck me now? That's what the key is. And he says, well, it's only 9. I have no sleep. So how about you get some sleep and I'll watch some TV and I'll join later. Listen, who said anything about sleeping? Who said anything about sleeping? If I literally say to my man, geez, I am tired. I'm gonna go to bed. You wanna come? If this man literally says to me, I have no sleep in me right now, I'll come later. Wrong answer. Wrong answer. Take the hint. I wanna fuck. You know what I mean? Like, what is going on? He's literally like, I'm just gonna sit here and watch some soccer. Oh, I'm gonna do some watching of soccer, if you know what I mean. You can go to sleep. What? So she's like, okay. So she goes into the room and ding, 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 she has a message from Michael. And he can pick up on her not feeling 100% comfy right now because, he's in the next room watching TV. And she says, him staying out there to watch TV is not what I pictured. Maybe he's hiding something or he's maybe not attracted to me. Now, at this time, I didn't know what it was. If it was that he wasn't attracted to her, and the next episode doesn't help anything. Some thoughts about that later. It doesn't help anything. But I mean, we do know that they do go and they do what they got to do. Now, I don't know. Maybe, I think he is attracted to her, but it's just maybe he's just thinking, let me give her some space. Let me not jump on her right now, make her think this is all this is. Like maybe that's what he's thinking. I don't know. But anyways, that's the episode. We'll be back with another one very soon. But until then, y'all, that is it for me. That is it for this episode. If you liked what you heard, bear with me because I have not done an outro for the podcast in quite some time. So bear with me here. So if you liked what you heard, you can go to any of your favorite podcast apps. You can follow, make sure you don't miss a single episode. And you can also rate the podcast at either Apple Podcasts or Spotify. It'd be greatly appreciated. As a reminder, any 5-star ratings that are given to the podcast or any comments that are given to the podcast will be read on the podcast, which I have done in the past. If you want to connect with the podcast through social media, you can find me at Facebook and Instagram at Reality T ×2. You can also find me at Twitter, TikTok, and Blue Sky at Reality ×2 Pod. I believe you can email me at realityt2@hotmail.com, and you can have any inquiries, anything like that, any ideas, any shows or episodes you want me to cover, you can definitely do that over there. And I am going back to our old website, and that is at solo.to/reality T ×2. There you can get any of the links to anything that I didn't mention here, any of the socials, website, email, all of that. It's all there for you. And we also have a new thing there where you can help support the podcast as well. It's called a tip jar. And you can tip whatever your heart's desire if you want to support the podcast, but don't want to necessarily support the podcast in going to Patreon, for example, or any of the links in any of the advertisements, you can do it there. But since we're on the topic of Patreon, you can head on over to patreon.com/reality tea times two, where there you can get access to even more than what I do here. There are 3 different tiers where you can get these shows ad free, as well as our next tier up where you would get um, another reality show that's being covered. So, we have Jersey Shore that's been getting covered. That's still being covered currently at the time of recording of this outro, but the future is bright with what's to come in the future, which I will be discussing, or I have discussed. I don't even know. And then also our next tier is a true crime tier as well. So you can definitely head over for that. But that is basically it. I will also just quickly mention here too, if you're interested in a different take of a podcast that I'm a part of, we do things a little differently. You can head on over to Next Take Podcast, where I usually drop bonus episodes here on this feed, but there you get a lot more. And that podcast is making changes. We're growing, doing new things, but you can definitely head on over there if you want to just hear a little bit different than what I do over here. So you can find that podcast over at our website, solo.to/next take podcast. And there we'll have all the links to your desire that will link you to any of your favorite podcast apps or YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of it. Social medias, it's all over there. But of course, you can still find that podcast at any of your favorite podcast apps. But that is it for this episode. We'll see you next time with another episode. Bye, everybody.